Okay, so this is my somewhat outraged response to your review of the Casual Vacancy. I'm not entirely sure you actually read the book because pretty much everything you talked about in your review was stuff that was released months before the book even came out. The synopsis was released months before it came out, and yeah. So apparently, the only thing that satisfies you is hardcore action fantasy stuff, because that's what your main complaints were. That you can't be engaged without there being something that blows up or whatever. And essentially, you've completely missed the entire point of the book. Like, she isn't. She's said, like Joe has said, this isn't a book about magic. It's completely the opposite of Harry Potter. It's not written for kids. Well, I argue that Harry Potter wasn't written for kids either, but anyway, you also say that there aren't any connections to the Potter series, which is completely untrue. Her the way she writes about death is the same. They're very similar. It comes from the same kind of place that she was writing when she wrote about the characters that died in Harry Potter. Um, it's actually an extension of a lot of the things that she'd written in Harry Potter because she couldn't go into as much emotional depth in the Potter series because it had to be PG rated or whatever. But yeah, I'm not entirely sure you read the book because what you were talking about just doesn't make any sense. Um, so I'm going to give you what I thought of the book. I thought it was amazing. I thought she stepped it up a notch from the Potter series. I think she's only going to get better as a writer. Um, it had kind of a. If anyone's read the book Cal by Bernard McClaverty, can't remember exactly what his first name is. There's some similar elements to that in the writing style, actually, funnily enough, like kind of the gritty detail. The book is very well told. The use of flashbacks is done well. Um, you get this entire story, but it's being told from so many perspectives, and everything that one person does is affecting the next person. And you point out that it's only an election and blah blah blah. But essentially, there's this whole battle between the rich and the poor. They're influencing each other's lives, and this casual vacancy is, in J.K. Rowling's, I think it was her words, an opportunity because either the disadvantaged are going to become even more so, or the privileged are going to just step up their own cause. So, a lot's at stake from this one man dying, and Joe mentioned in an interview the whole book can be kind of condensed into this question: what do we do about Crystal? And if you read the book, you can kind of tell, you know, it's very thought provoking because you think, okay, well, who essentially was responsible for it? And had Barry lived longer, would she have ended up the same way? So I think completely disregard anything that this guy said in this video because I'm not entirely sure he's read it or read it fully. Apparently, the only thing he cares about is something that can be made into an action film or whatever. And there's actually, correct me if I'm wrong, but I've heard rumors about this becoming a BBC series, which I think would be excellent. For the character of Howard Mullison, I think that Robbie Coltrane should be cast. It would make an amazing series. I like this kind of drama though, so that's where I'm coming from. I like drama probably more than action I like character-driven stuff, and this is very character-driven. So that's my thoughts, and don't take this guy's word for truth. Read it yourself, and yeah, don't expect Harry Potter because that's not what you're gonna get. Okay, cheers.